Hey guys, Space Pandas XP here, and today I'd like to play, play Kingdom 2 Grounds for you. Hopefully I can make this into a little series if I keep up with it. But I tend to play this game in my off time. I personally enjoy it. It's relatively cheap for the content it provides, and you can play this for quite a while, I would say. It certainly has its moments that can become a little frustrating or boring, like when you get to a certain point, you're just waiting for money to come in so you can move on. But usually that big nights usually happen when that's the case. But other than that, it's actually really fun, and I hope to show you guys that. To help fill the silence a little bit, I'm gonna try to keep it entertaining with some chatter, but don't quote me on that. I know my voice isn't the nicest to listen to, but I hope I can help you guys feel a little less bored. But the best thing you can do on the first night of this is just expand, like just deforest a little bit, and then make sure you have enough archers to cover your walls. Try to get 2 builders. I know I didn't do that. I only have one guy, and he's probably a little overwhelmed. But on the first night, just try to get at least one of the walls as a tier 2. Don't worry about archer towers, because that takes away your archers, of course. But other than that, you run around. There's usually chests, as you saw me pick up. There's chests on the second or third island. It starts throwing in gem chests, which lets you get different rides and these people called, I think they're called hobbits or something. Just they're small little character sprites about the size of the archers or the builders, and they help bring some variety instead of just towers and walls. Like there's one of the little hobbit people who are like really helpful, and they're called the baker. And on the towers, the little rock formations, you can build a bakery that will draw the people that you hire, the homeless, I think they call them in this game. But it draws them to your kingdom so you can hire them, give them bows, get them equipment. I think they automatically hire if you have enough bread. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on that. But that's one of the many useful little hobbit things. They have their uses. I'm certainly in no way an expert. I may put in I may have like around 10 hours in this game. I'm in no means an expert. I'm sure people out there know everything about this game, know the best strategies, I'm not the greatest person to take advice from. But all I am sure of is that there are some of you out there who may enjoy this game. It's certainly fun, especially in this version, Kingdom 2 Crowns. It's certainly fun to play with a friend because you can split responsibilities, have them focus on expansion while you're working on hiring, especially in the later islands where you can't do much because the islands keep on growing bigger and bigger, and eventually they're so big you can't cross one in an entire day. But here's where you'd find the boat. The boat side tends to be the mountain side. So if you go all the way to the mountain, that's where, once you get far enough, is how you defeat the greed on that island. If you have knights and squires and archers, I'd usually wait until you're in the Iron Age to try to defeat a mountain. But other than that, I would just try to relax, get to the fourth island, sit there for a little bit, sit pretty, and then just keep on working on it. Also, if your horse keeps running out of stamina like it just did for me, the best way to replenish that is just to sit still on little patches of grass. Like these little bits right here work too if you position just right. Let me show you. Let me just drain its stamina a tiny bit. But you don't need a whole lot of grass, like you don't need an entire field. You just need like a tiny little bit to replenish your horse. And that's the best thing you can do, is to keep it up and replenished. Ah, that sucks. There we go. So once you get your keep or your town center to a tier 3, you get a person called an investor, this little guy right here. He can take upwards of 10 coins at a time, and what he does is throw them in the keep and stores them. It's pretty much a bank. He slowly gains interest, and once you get far enough and you have him putting in like 10-20 coins every day, you can usually, if he has enough, he will fill your little coin pouch in the top right. And he's a wonderful help later in the game when you don't have enough coin, but you know you saved a lot, which is actually really good to do. And he becomes really helpful. Like, he's one of the only people that you can't survive without. Sure, you can survive without archers if you have high enough walls, or you can survive without builders if you have enough archers, but later in the game you're gonna find yourself relying on the investor a lot if you play like me and are not very frugal with the coins. But if you manage to survive just fine without going tier 3 with your keep, I'd like to take some tips from you. Maybe on the next episode I could probably bring in have a friend play this with me, so it's not as dull and you're not just listening to me, which I know can be a little annoying. The only one of my main suggestions when it comes to these little towers here is if you have enough people and you have enough gold, you can build them, but I suggest waiting until you have like 10 archers, I'd say, so you can have both sides well defended, because the tower does take an archer from you. Like, he won't hunt for you, he won't do anything, he'll just sit there and just watch the wall. That's all he'll do. Don't get me wrong, that's really helpful, but it's better, especially in the winter time after day 50, when the only major source of income you have is the deer, because bunnies won't show up or you can't do farms. The best thing you can do is have pikemen, which fish during the day, or you can go find that find the boar that hides out in the forest, and that's like 20 coins. I'm not too sure with how much coin it gives, but it gives you a lot of coin. But those are like the only main sources of income. And if you have farmers, I'm pretty sure they'll drop their tools and go run to try to find a berry bush, and that's a tiny bit of income for you, but it's not that great. I'm not too sure. I've never had that happen, because whenever winter does roll around, I try to go to another island. One thing you should absolutely not do early in the game, especially on the first island when you have 3 vagrant hunts nearby, is to destroy the trees right next to them, because that's the only thing keeping those huts there are the 2 trees on either side of them. And once you get rid of one of those trees, they'll just disappear, and there goes one of your population productions. And even if you defeat the island you're on, there's no more greed, there's nothing like that. I still suggest keeping at least one hut, like, so you don't so you can still have a lot of people here, because when you're transitioning, and once you have like the night hobbit dude, you can hire a lot of knights, and I think you can take 2 to 3 with you to the next island, which takes, if you have 2, it takes 8 archers with you as well. So you have a large force on the next island, which is a nice starting point, and it just makes your nights go a lot easier if you have enough people and you always have a constant stream, and you go to the next island knowing you will survive. Because on the next islands, all you know is that the population spawners, the little vagrant towns, they are not gonna be there where they used to be on the past island. They're always moving. And that's one of the many surprises you'll get in this game is, are the vagrant hunts going to be nearby, or am I going to have to go deep in the woods and possibly risk getting attacked by greed? That's what those little green things are called, are greed. It's kind of fitting, because all they take is the valuable things. They only take the coins that the people drop. They only take the tools. They only take the gems if you drop those, the gems take up way too much space in my opinion. I have no use for them. I get the hobbits that I want, and then I just go about my day and if I do happen to have gems, I'll drop all my coin and then put out my gems as like a means of defense, so I don't have to risk as much damage to my walls. I just plainly don't like gems in this game. And here soon, I think I'm gonna hire some more, and then I'm gonna start working on the boat, which is your only way to get off an island. And when you go to the next island, you're gonna have to rebuild the boat again, because there's no lighthouse or anything like that. And the way you get a lighthouse so you won't lose your boat is you gotta defeat that island, go to the dock side, which is the opposite side of the mountain, and build a lighthouse there, and you get 3 tiers for the lighthouse, each of which for the different eras you're in, or the ages you're in. So it's really useful to just get enough people, because as soon as that ship hits the ground, you're booking it for the next town center, so you can hire, so you can get things going. It's always a little stressful on the first night on a new island, and that's one of the many fun things about it, because you don't know if you can get enough walls up in time to let you survive for the night, or the high enough tiers, especially on like the 4th island. You're going to be wanting stone walls almost immediately, because it doesn't reset the days when you go to a new island. It keeps on growing larger and larger forces. And that's when the archers and the knights and their field archers, that's when it starts to help to have a massive force, is when you move to a new island and you can't get high enough walls up. Also, when you play this yourself, and whenever you tend to look, you'll see the little stone icons above certain things, like the archer towers or the wall or the keep. That means that you don't have a high enough era. You're not in the Stone Age if it's the little rock, or you'll see a bronze bar, or I think it's iron in this game is what they call it, or the Iron Age. And you can't progress any further, pretty much, is what that's saying. So I'm stuck in the feudal age. I don't have stone era. I'm surprised I can even do bows, or I'm surprised I can do, metal, what look to be metal hammers. Those might be stone, I don't know. So next night I'm gonna clear the right side of its vagrants, hire them, and then I'll build the boat. Move on to the next island. I think then I'll do one more island hop, and then I think I might end it there. But so far, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. It's a fun game. It has its moments. It's always different every single night, because you don't know how many are going to be coming, or you don't know if your walls will stand up to the force. Because it gets a little sketchy some nights, especially in the wooden age, because even on the first night you can almost lose your wall, so it's stressful for a beginner. But don't let that stop you, because if you have one archer on each side, you're going to survive the night. The walls are strong enough for the first night on the first island, but on the second island you're going to be wanting to watch your stuff. You're going to be wanting to get off, and you want to get your walls going. You want to be prepared. That's it. Just basically, as soon as you get to a new island, do work. That's all you can do on the first night of a new island. So on the first island, when you do get the boat, you don't need to add anything else, because in the background you can see that there's already pieces and whatnot. But on the second, the third, the fourth, so on, you have to keep on purchasing parts for the boat as it goes on. And on the second island, I think it's about, like, you have to purchase about 10-15 parts, and it keeps on going up by like 10 or so. So you're going to be wasting a lot of coin on boats when you're on the third and fourth island. So it certainly helps to have the banker, or whatever you call them, the banker, enough archers to cover the fields, get deer, got farmers. Just make sure you have all your income parts covered, because that will really save you a lot of money and save you a lot of time, instead of just having to wait days and days for your archers alone to get enough things. Also, since I'm here, I might as well. These little statue monuments, whatever you want to call them, they boost, I think is the right word for it. They boost the certain things they're for. So, for example, this monument's for the archers, and I think it helps with either the fire rate of the archers or the accuracy. I'm not too sure, but all I know is that it's really helpful. And as you can see, the little diamonds or gems right there, the only time you get gems is on the second island and onwards. There used to be gems on this island, but not anymore. I think before the Deadlands update, they had gems. I'm not too sure. But on every island, there's always some sort of monument or some sort of hobbit. I think on this island, it's the Trebuchet hobbit on this island, and she requires a gem to get her out of her house, and then you have to hire her. And also, when you ring the bell, all of the builders who just pushed the boat will jump in. And you will have 4 archers coming your way, 2 up top and 2 on the back. And I heavily suggest waiting for them. Even if it's approaching night, wait for them, so you can be defended when you go to a new island, because it sucks just having to start out cold turkey. And also they collect coin on the way. So it's really nice. And if the way to get rid of that is just press either the movement keys or press enter. It doesn't really matter, whichever works. Just 1 second, I'm sorry guys. So when you're in the menu, you'll see things like this over here, and then if you click on your little banner here, you can change it around, you can do whatever you want with it. I personally enjoyed what I had there, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to switch this up a tiny bit. Sure, that looks fine. But down here, you'll see where you're at, and so far I've completed 6 days. It's the 7th right now, but you can go back to see what type of things certain islands had to offer. So this had the archer statue, this had a mountain, it had a griffin, I think it's called in this game, which is one of the best mounts, because come winter you cannot feed your horse because there's no grass whatsoever. So this is really useful because it can eat anywhere. It can even eat out of the board. I don't know how, but it can. And this is also the hobbit thing I was talking about. It's in a little hut somewhere. Then on this island, there's a dog right there, which if you come across like a fallen tree, but you hear something or see something in it, if you just drop a coin on it, a dog will pop out and you can get it. And then this little mound right here, this is for the Stone Age. This is the Stone Age island, so. And what this means is that there are 3 gates I have to destroy before I can reach either end of the, well, I don't think it's per side. It's 3 gates in total on the island before I can either hit the mountain or the dockside portal. And this requires knights to do. And then another mountain, and then the stag, which is actually really useful when you're starting out. And since this island has 8 chests, a lot of which are gems, I think that's what that means, or 8 gems that you'll get on this island, I believe. It's really useful because it runs a lot faster, so you cover more distance, but it doesn't have as much stamina as the standard horse. And then there's the Farmer's Monument, which helps produce more coin. And these little monuments stack. They run out after a long time. I've never had one run out, and I've gone for 50 days with the farmer one, and it never ran out. But and then this is the stable hobbit, where if you trade out one of your farmhouses for it, all of your horses or your rides, whatever you want to call them, they'll go there. Because I wouldn't actually say horses, because there's bears, there's stags, there's griffins, there's a million different things you can ride. But all of your rides will go there. But you can even, if in the old one, I think you could, and see whatever the next island would offer. The next island doesn't offer a new age. The 4th island does. It offers the Iron Age. The 3rd island's just the war horse, and on the 4th it's the lizard. The 3rd island also has another dog, I believe. I'm not too sure, and I can't remember what type of monument it has after this. But the 3rd island, it's just a buffer island. There's nothing really truly important unless you want a new ride or you want a new monument, or it's just a buffer island before you go into the Iron Age. So it's best to get off the island really quickly, so you can immediately get iron, which is really useful, and it helps you get like blacksmiths for your knights, make them into proper actual knights, helps raise the defense of your walls. And the iron walls, as far as I've gotten, are the most powerful, and they just tank blows, even from the giants. Like, I've had 2 giants on a wall before, and it did not fall. Thankfully, it was iron. So if it was stone or just wood, it would have fell quickly. The only downsides to the Iron Age, though, is everything's expensive. It takes forever to build. Like, you can have an iron wall being built for half a day, and then it will complete when the sun starts to set. That's the only downside to it. One of the only downsides to it. It's easy to overlook that downside, though, because the protection, its advantages outweigh by far its disadvantages. Like, there's just no comparison between it. Sure, it's expensive and it takes a while, but you can sit in the center of your keep if you have iron walls on the farther walls you have. You know, you can just sit here, be safe. You won't have to be on the walls ready to drop coins to save your guys. But I've just committed something really stupid. I don't have any coins. And thankfully, when you chop down trees, you get coins back. And that's really helpful as you chop down trees, because it allows you to expand and get possible rabbit. I think it's in this one. Oh hey, there's the stone monument for the New Age. But it helps you get more rabbits, which need this grass to pop up their thing, their little cozy home. And it lets you get more coins as you expand, because rabbits, I don't know. Sure, I don't know why I'm even talking. I have useless information. Oh hey, oh god, I'm out of coins again. I'm gonna sit by this wall and let you guys see that instead of the first island, it's not 5-6 greed, it's more around 10-11 greed. And it's stressful seeing your walls slowly crumble. I hope it's on this side. Is it on this side? They must have not reached. Oh. Did I miss the shell? I did. Great. So on this island, there's a lot of chests. And unless you know you're going to be using the gems, I suggest just running straight by them. Use the gems. I'd just run straight by them unless you know you're going to be unlocking a monument or getting a hobbit or getting a new steed. Because they take up like 3-4 coin slots. And those coins can become really useful. Especially when you're trying to upgrade to the Iron Age, because it requires like 20, 25, 30 coins. This is the dog right here. I'm gonna get 1 gem so I can break it free. Little puppy. Oh, here's the little hobbit. This is the stable hobbit. And if you don't pick them up immediately, they'll slowly make their way to your town center. But they will most likely get captured. That's not really a big issue unless it's like one of your better ones, like the Baker or the Night Hobbit, which gives you more nights. But also the dog can get captured too, sadly. So it's always sad to see your little companion get stolen by the greed. Apart from just a little quick morale boost for the player, the dog also provides some useful information, because he barks at which side is going to have the which side is going to receive the greed the fastest. Because greed, no matter what, it'll come on both sides, no matter what. But he will bark at the side that will have the first impact. And it gives you it allows you to quickly respond and get that side covered with either coins if you don't have high enough walls, or help, because there's a hobbit in the later game that has a horn on walls, and if you have him blow that horn, it will drag excess archers from one side to the other to help reinforce. And that becomes really useful, especially in the later games, later islands, when you have floating enemies and you have the giant, which is a tank, as one would assume. I'm gonna fall back real quick. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna unlock the stone monument and run from there. Sorry if you hear anything in the background. Someone's mowing the lawns where I am. And since I don't really know anything about video editing or anything like that, I will try my best to help edit this so it's not one long video like I usually do. Unless you guys like that, for this episode I'll leave it long, and on the second one I'll try my hand at video editing, see if you guys like that. And on that second episode I'll give it about like a week or two so it can circulate, so the two videos can circulate, so I can get some feedback, and hopefully you guys can tell me whether or not you like the long videos or you guys like the short videos. Because personally, I like the long videos because I can just throw it up there. It still takes some work, get the video done, get it to where I like it, to where it's not just boring silence. But I'm nowhere good. I don't have any good like video editing software. I could probably do Filmshare Pro or something like that. But and thankfully, I do not need a builder for that. Now I'm in the Stone Age. What that does is I can upgrade my walls to tier 3, which is just a short, stubby stone wall, but the difference in like the strength of it is staggering. Like, it makes a whole lot of a difference. And the Stone Age provides 2 extra tiers for walls and actually no, like 3 for towers. Because you can get a 1-person stone tower, and then a 2-person, and then a 3-person stone tower. And it's just, it gives me a chance to breathe. Oh, hey, I have 1 extra coin left. And banker. I know I didn't have to wait. I just like to wait. I'm gonna use those gems as a sacrifice. I hope I have enough archers tonight. I don't even remember how many I have. Oh, you got a fair amount. Watching these guys hunt though, it's just so frustrating just seeing them miss 4 arrows, even if it's just standing still. Look at that. There we go. And they walk past half them too, and on their way back they usually snipe them. Usually. But sometimes they don't, and it's just frustrating seeing like 5 bunnies get away with living. It just makes you sit here and think, why did I hire you if you're not gonna hunt? You're not gonna do anything? You're not gonna provide income because there's no rabbit spawns on the right side. Dang it! Also, if you want to get rid of the person on your horse, just walk out at night. Looks like this side's gonna get hit first. Yes, puppy. See, look at that. You don't even see damage. That's how high the walls are. It's so nice. I'm gonna break down the right side a little bit and try to get some bunny spawns on the side, so it's not just hop off the. There we go. Yeah, I don't like the hobbits riding. Oh, not too far. I'm gonna see if I can hire anyone. So this is a gate. What it does is spawn the greed, and they're just annoyances more than anything, because sometimes you have to watch your guys so they don't get, you know, stolen or get broken. But on like the later I'm gonna use that as defense. On the later islands, there's so many that you're just wasting day after day getting rid of gates, because the further and further they get, the longer it takes for them to get back, and you're just spending. On like the furthest one I've had, I've spent a day without any knights on my left side because I had them sent out killing the gate, and it was just horrible. Thankfully, they destroyed it before the greed came, so I didn't have to worry about that side anymore, and I could prioritize the right. I could expand really far on the left. I had farms going. I had everything going perfectly. I had enough money to cover me on the right side, and it just gave me a lot of breathing room when I destroyed it. But the downside of the gates are, as soon as you destroy it, they where is he going? Probably because I have a hobbit. But yeah, a major downside to destroying the gates is it sends you into night early. So you have to immediately get back and start defending the other side. And that's a big issue when you have a massive kingdom. Because I've had a case where I was on the complete other side. I just finished the left side. I expanded all the way out there. I had max levels on the left side. And I started running all the way to the right side because I saw that it was sundown. And by the time I reached the right side, the wall was gone, and I had like 17 different vagrants wandering around because they just got destroyed. And little did I know, it was actually going to be a giant. It was a giant knight, and it was just horrible trying to rebuild after that. Thankfully, I had enough money from the left side. Here comes the tier 4. Also, you don't always have to manually upgrade the walls, because when you upgrade the keep, like say I still had wooden walls and I upgraded the keep to a stone keep, it would upgrade the walls and towers. It'll give me free towers if I get it. It'll give me free towers to the stone era? Maybe? Oh no! 1 coin. Come on. That's always the most frustrating but most intriguing part about trying to build up your keep. You never know if you have enough unless your coffer is full. Look at that, free towers. That's gonna take up a lot of my building though. And also I can upgrade this keep once more tomorrow, and that will give me access to knights. And don't get the knights immediately. Get a lot of archers, because each knight, or squire in this case, because you don't have the blacksmith yet. Squire in this case, they take 4 archers, whether you want them to or not. They just straight up just steal 4 of your archers, and they don't hunt, they don't do anything, they just sit there, look pretty. But when you send them out, they start to do a lot of work. They're really useful. It's just annoying watching, you know, your entire force, when you're early on a new island, your entire force become archers for the night. The next day I think I'm gonna go out, try to find people on the left side, because the right side, it's way too far for comfort. I don't even think the guys I hired on the right side are even gonna make it. I don't even think they did. Are they at all even close? That's a fun thing to see when you hire far away, is whether or not they're close or if they survived. I don't even think they made it past the gate, did they? How many coins do I have? Oh, I should probably go back. I don't have enough for the night, most likely. And I don't want to lose the dog. Doggy. Go! Get away from my dog. Oh. Run, pupper. Come on, please let me have enough stamina, please. Come on, come on, come on. Make it. Come on. No. Oh, thank God. Oh, coins. It's always fun coming back to your base after an expedition out, seeing that your people are making a lot of gold. Oh, I was way off. Why did I even try? Oh, never mind. I have enough now. Just barely. And well, bam. So these little four coin slots right here, these are for the knights. As soon as you buy him, a little shield pops up, and you can hire knights. Of course, I'm not going to do that yet. This is the farmer's monument. And then this is where you hire the new stag. It takes 3 gems. Music's a little loud. Nice music, but it's a little loud. Oh, it only took 1 gem. Nice. So I was right. There was 3 gem chests, 2 of which gave me 3 gems, and that last one only gave me 2 gems. So there was 8 total gems on this island. Nice. Of course, I didn't pick up many of them. I only picked up 3, and I dropped 2 of them. Why did the builder... Oh, wait, no, there's an archer behind the banker. Okay. Don't even get to see the damage on the wall. Hey, they made it. Nice. Oh, never mind. The stone era gives 2 tower tiers. Nice. It's this one and then a 3-person tower. This little chest here, if you have 1 gem, or gems at all, you can throw in and store gems here and it transfers between islands. I never use it though, because I have no reason for gems. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. I've never noped so hard in this game before. If that makes any sense. And it should be day 15 now. Let's see what day it is. Oh, I was way off. Coin! Too much coin. There we go. You know, I think I'm going to leave it here, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, if you want to level up, join the Base Panda XP Army, just hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you liked it. Shout into the comments whether I should continue doing long videos or I should switch to 20-30 minute videos. All input is always welcome. Help me with some tips, give me some tricks, you know. Help me out a little bit. And thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.